Halloween party in Perth has ended in disaster after a backyard balcony collapsed.
I believe this is a death trap.
15 mourners sent crashing to the ground when the deck gave way.
I think it's a risk to life.
48-year-old Annette Spencer died of a head injury and more than
It could happen anytime, anywhere, and there's no way of knowing if your deck or enclosed veranda is next.
The dangers are pretty real.
So this is a no-go zone?
It's a no-go zone for my family.
The wake almost turned into a tragedy of its own.
When Brad and Christy Harker turned on the news the other night, what they saw sent shivers down their spines.
What did you say to one another?
I said, oh my God, that could be our room.
This renovated deck collapsed just last week in Morayfield, north of Brisbane. 15 mourners were injured while attending a family wake, and in Perth last weekend, 19 Halloween revellers became victims when this veranda gave way. That chaos just days after a coronial inquest into the death of Queensland mum Annette Spencer, who died when a friend's deck collapsed last November.
Is there going to be a coroner's inquest for my family?
The Harkers have spent the last 3 years restoring their 100-year-old home, undergoing extensive renovations after having the house razed. But the building work is now being investigated by industry watchdog, the Building Services Authority.
Brad, give us the demonstration that shows how bad this problem is.
Okay, this is a deck and it wobbles like crazy when you walk on it. So you can see the water on the thing. It's like a trampoline, basically. It's pretty scary.
Before we raised it, it was level. It was solid. It didn't bounce when you walked on it.
The Harkers claim the problem has arisen because the deck floor has dropped, leaving a 5 centimetre void between the house and the sunroom.
What I can do is get up, put my hand through to the other side of the room because the floor has fallen physically by at least 5 centimetres. So put my hand in and shove it in, and yeah, I can feel through to the other side of the room.
If they had a gathering of a few people in that area, the live load could be enough to cause a collapse.
Andrew Mackie-Smith is an independent building inspector.
It's a concerning situation for the owners. I would be advising them not to use that room until it's fixed.
You know, I feel like I'm in a caravan out camping, you know, like the whole room shakes, rattles and rolls. It's crazy, you know.
Crazier still, he says, is the fact that the BSA has failed to declare the area unsafe.
I think the room should be locked off and not used until the repairs have been made.
But the BSA doesn't want to know about it, despite Brad and Christy making a formal complaint. Have a listen to this recent conversation recorded when a Building Services Authority officer came to the couple's home.
There's all us standing here, it hasn't collapsed.
Oh, what about that house? People on it, you know?
It had 43 on it. Yeah, okay. It's still not a safety issue now, with us standing here.
While this deck has been turned into a sunroom, in its original state it would have been similar to those decks which have collapsed, making national headlines around the country. These disasters have placed homeowners on high alert to check the structural integrity of their homes.
Well, across Australia, we've estimated that possibly 8,000 in that vicinity life-threatening decks and balconies could be out there.
The Archie Centre's Ron Tanton warns that with so many more deck collapses possible, homeowners need to have immediate safety checks.
I think it's very timely that people are warned now to do something about it.
I'd like someone to take accountability and responsibility and just fix it.